What's up, everybody? We're back with more Overdrift.
Yeah!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Erdy, Nadawa, Ultra Viper, and Ridefell for being members of our Patreon. If you'd like to be a member of our Patreon, go to patreon.com/ultra. Link in the description.
Yeah.
And today, I'm doing something against my better judgment, and that is attempting a Torrent build, because people are just like, why don't you like Torrent? And I'm like, it's good for like a couple of things, but it's just not my cup of tea. But the people demand it, so here I am. I'm here for the people. So I'm going to we workshopped a couple of builds.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do my best. I'm gonna try not to take Shockwave because I like taking Shockwave in every build. See, we're gonna be close to people. Maybe I'll get the Halo Shield just because we're gonna be close to people.
Yeah,
Right?
I like the Halo Shield.
I know you do. That's why I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for you.
Although you're not going burn, so...
That is true. I'm not gonna get Candescence. So take that. Because I typically rely on the crutch of corrosion with Torrent, and I'm going to try not to. I'm going to go for the Assault Body because it gives me extra velocity, and you really want velocity with Torrent because it's very short range. And 8% crit on a weapon that fires so quickly is pretty good.
It's true.
Oh, look at that! Look at that nice yellow.
It's so good. Is that yellow to you?
It's like a yellowish orange. Like the bright bit looks yellowy, but like the end bits look orange.
This is just making me think of the whole school bus argument thing again.
School bus argument.
What color is a school bus?
I mean, it's traditionally said that school buses are yellow, but it's sort of an orangey yellow.
Yeah, it's like a macaroni and cheese color.
So like as soon as you said it, like I knew where you were coming from.
Yeah. Okay.
And the answer is definitely yes.
Okay.
Is it orange or is it yellow? The answer is yes.
I've had people like get offended when I call school buses orange.
If you had to hold me down, I would say it's an orangey yellow.
Yes.
Or a yellowy orange.
Fair. I would say an orangey yellow personally, specifically. I know it
We're
sounds...
gonna get that in the future.
It technically sounds the same, but it's not. The way that Crayola, for example, names their colors, whichever color is first is the primary.
And to be honest, I'm also going on poor recollection. Like, if I was staring at a bus right now, I could be like, it's a yellowy orange or it's an orangey yellow. But I'm not.
I feel like the bus on Magic School Bus was more yellow.
It's quite possible.
I feel like that bus was, like, bright yellow. But I feel like more school buses that I see on a day-to-day basis are...
Well, also, that school bus was magic.
Well, yes.
It was a magic school bus. It can't be trusted to be, to hold the standard of buses.
It's true. That school bus could, like, be a spaceship or...
And it was. Just often enough.
Often, yes.
Okay, so we're going to get guidance. Guidance is going to temporarily make this worse because it's going to reduce the velocity and the rate of fire. But eventually, I'm going to get convergence, and then we're going to get siege engine, siege weaponry.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the assault stuff. It's gonna eventually it will be good.
It'll even out.
But it's gonna take some time.
Currently, this guidance.
In fact, I'm actually not going to take it yet.
Okay, good.
Because I do want some other stuff.
The guidance is a painful hurt if you're not with this weapon if you're not ready for it.
Because this weapon does pretty good damage, but it's very short range.
Ooh, siege weaponry. Do you want that before you take any defensive talents?
Probably not. I do have the calibrate ready to go.
It's true.
Get some blast radius.
Blast radius.
And then we'll get some extra damage. I can get payload up in here. It's gonna reduce my rate of fire, but that's fine. See, now we're starting to get some damage. So we got the tendrils coming out here.
Wow, that was the saddest little train.
So we'll get payload. I could theoretically get homing strike instead of guidance, and then get convergence. That might actually be better.
That's true, because you could skip.
Yeah.
You could get homing strike just so that you don't have to take.
I'm gonna get payload first, just because I want the damage earlier, so I can actually like cook things.
The idea of taking, you shouldn't theoretically need to turn for that. I think your shield can handle the missiles itself.
Okay.
Part of why I love Halo so much. Obviously, you're gonna take shield damage from that, but whatever. That's what it's there for. Those missiles can't reach you.
Okay. I don't want to invest in the shield. Not yet, anyway.
Ooh, mastery.
Well, I mean, that's a real hard one to pass up. And then we're going to definitely want Skirmish, because this is going to be an Essence Sap build if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, we haven't taken Essence Sap in a long time either.
I wouldn't say a long time, but...
I feel like it's been a long time.
It used to be an auto pick, and it's no longer an auto pick. It used to be just the best talent in the game, and then Chimeric was like, this is the best talent in the game, I should change it.
Understandably.
And then he changed it, so now it's just very, very, very good, but not in every situation, which now makes it very good.
Right.
Because you don't want something to be the best in every situation, because then life is boring.
Right. What's the point of giving you the choice of taking a thing if it's like, if this comes up, you always take it?
That's why no one likes Superman. It's just like, he's the strongest thing ever. It's boring.
It's true.
So that's why a lot of my favorite talents are super niche, where it's just like, this talent is great. You can only pick it under these very specific circumstances.
Like Maelstrom.
Yeah. Well, Maelstrom is good in a lot of situations, but certainly not every. So guys like this will make me struggle a little bit, because you gotta
bananas.
Oh, good, yeah. My nanas are nanning.
Ooh.
I was fine. I was okay.
You drifted very close to that orb. So now that your shield's back here, you're doing okay, but woof, that was scary for a minute.
Look, I'm gonna need you to die. Thank you. This is the part where you fall down. Okay, let's get that health back.
Sap that essence.
Yeah. Your soul is mine.
Oh, man.
So this is a pretty Cthulhu-like build. And now we get to take the essence sap of our enemies. The essence sap
Sap the essence of our enemies.
Yeah, there you go. Initially, to be thematic, I was going to use the Siphon Shield, but the Siphon Shield's just not good.
Siphon Shield is good.
I should have did it anyway, just to be on theme, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but I like this color. Plus, you don't use Halo Shields very often anyway.
Yeah, I was doing it for you.
I appreciate it. Siphon Shield is really good for one thing, and that's taking out enemy shields. Like, you put that Siphon Shield on top of an Eclipse, and that Eclipse's shield is just gone.
And to be fair, Eclipses are the thing that I struggle with in this build. So.
And, you know, I hadn't thought of it. I wonder how much a Siphon Shield would do against these guys.
Which guys?
As soon as you come out of the screen, it'll be the guy you're currently facing down. It's the engineer ones.
Oh, yeah, those are shields.
Those are shields, right? So, theoretically, Siphon should just shred that.
Yeah, I guess I'll get ruptured so I don't burn too anymore.
Also, once those shields pop, it'll murder.
So what you're saying is I should switch to Siphon Shield?
No.
I mean, you were trying to make a strong argument for it.
No. It's good for two things. Nothing else has shields. If more things had shields, Then
Yeah,
Siphon
well,
Shield would have a better home.
When the shield does shield, because it does deal shield damage to everybody, it's just not a ton.
Correct.
And it gets itself more shield for the damage that it does. Hence the Siphon.
Yeah.
So it's not awful.
No, it's not awful.
It could be better.
Right. Oh, man. I got butt tendrils.
It's like I feel like I want to get it now.
Whee!
It's like I feel like I gotta stay on theme.
That homing is strong on those butt ones.
Yes. The butt fire is strong with this one.
That is a massive curve.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Also, those other tendrils can be like, we're gonna go after this guy behind you.
Yeah. Look, they're watching my back. Yeah, I think it's time.
Is it? Oh, you got core shielding.
Yeah, I got core shielding and I got essence sap. As Rafiki would say, it is time. And then something squash banana.
Asante sana.
And then you'd sing a song about like the square of living.
The square of living.
Yeah. It's the square of living. Saturation fire.
I was about to get real offended and be like, Rafiki doesn't even sing that. But I was like, wait, no. She does sing that on Broadway. So, okay.
So now we got saturation fire.
Yeah.
And things are getting real spicy. Because saturation fire gives us the effect of calibrate. And calibrate reduces the spread and increases targeting and velocity, which are all the things that we want.
So the tendrils will get closer together and brighter and longer with that saturation fire. Which, that's going to be good.
So now...
You can get some safety.
Yeah. I'll increase... Got him. Increase some hull, seeing how my main attack will just do pure hull stuff. Whenever you see my weapon flicker a little bit, that's because I'm producing a crit with my weapon. And I can get more crit by getting Evolutionary Niche.
That's true, you could.
And I think I will, because I have all of the basic building blocks of this deck. Yeah, this deck. This build. Look, people playing Slay the Spire, I don't know.
It's true.
So, just getting more crit.
Sure.
I still need to get Bravado as well. And then more hull stuff, just for safety.
I love how this looks, by the way.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You just got things going everywhere.
Try not to die to the myriad of mines murdering my mug.
Mightily.
Mercilessly.
Mud. Nailed it!
Man, that's
Ooh.
no, we're fine. Everything's fine.
There were a lot of numbers there for a second.
So don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Convergence. We didn't have convergence yet.
Oh, that's true.
So this will hurt our velocity and rate of fire and stuff, but we'll get more tendrils. They'll home it even better, and then all of the bad stuff pretty much gets negated by saturation fire.
It's true.
So then, look at that! Look, doesn't it just look so good? Oh, whoa. Yeah! Slow down, baby. And there it goes. We did it.
Dang, son. And what does Candescence actually... So, Candescence doesn't hurt you. You wouldn't want to take Purification But taking Candescence for the shield isn't something that's...
But the shield is not really the focus of this build.
I know.
In fact, I might perform a small mutiny against Siphon Shield if it pops up.
You monster. Oh, how about Splinter?
That's gonna reduce my rate of fire, which I don't want.
That's true.
Shield cooldown's fine now, just for safety's sake.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should focus on some more safety talents so I can, live my life. Because it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just want to live while I'm alive.
You ain't gonna be another face in the crowd?
No, my heart is like an open highway. Frank said, I did it my way. Etc., etc., etc. Surprised I had that much in me. Force armor is fine, I suppose. In case the shield goes down.
So, there's an oddity for me in that I've always felt it weird in that song that he calls him Frankie.
Yeah.
But then, just now, when you just said Frank...
Yeah, I just said Frank and it sounded worse.
It sounded worse, despite the fact that that's actually his name.
And you know why I said Frank? Because in my mind, I knew it was Frankie, but I was like, no, that sounds weird. I must be remembering it wrong.
Yeah.
And then I said Frank, and I was like, well, that doesn't sound right either, but Look, I know he's referencing Frank Sinatra, so it's Frank.
Right. So I'm willing to bet that's exactly what happened when he was doing the song. Was he probably originally said Frank and just said, it doesn't, it's not right. I mean, it's right, but it doesn't work. So then he said Frankie, and he was probably like, it's still wrong, but it's better. Whoa.
I wanted to hold it there for as long as I could. Oof. Get that sweet slow down action. Yeah, as I discovered on my last stream, something about a lot of projectiles and then Scion being on the screen slows down life.
Well, Scion has a ton of projectiles.
Yeah, but he himself doesn't slow things down. It's when he's on the screen and I'm shooting a billion projectiles.
Yeah.
Is when things get out of hand.
Well, it's the two combined, because he does have a ton of projectiles. He's got more projectiles than I think any other boss. I think he's got more projectiles.
Well, but it's not even when he starts firing projectiles. I think it has to do with his orbs. Something wonky with his orbs slowing it down.
Also, we just need to work on upgrading your CPU.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's expensive.
It's true.
So some of you might be asking why I don't take volley, because volley is something that a lot of people typically take with Torrent. Mostly because it's going to ruin my spread and velocity and etc. And I'm in a good spot right now. Like, we tested it with Fusillade and stuff like that, and it gets a little too short and a little too wide.
Right. So, theoretically, Saturation Fire takes care of most of the downsides, but Volley also lowers damage.
Yes.
Which is not what we want.
Let's see. Masochism's okay.
Shield effect radius is always good on Halo.
Barrier's also good just to keep, again, for living.
Barrier's good. Oh, yeah, 95.
And we'll he blended right in. I thought he was already dead. I saw an explosion, and I couldn't see him anymore, and I just presumed he died. Tales of his death were greatly exaggerated. Alright, so anytime now, we're going to get ourselves a Seraph. Well, that time is now.
Can you stare them down?
Alright.
But tendrils are just like, hey, there's a snake.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to stutter.
Even still, you might be able to at least one cycle this.
Oh, he's definitely getting one cycle. Like, definitely.
Look at that.
Wasn't even close.
That's good.
Don't need any of that. I'll take a shield effect radius for when I pick up Siphon Shield later.
Why though?
Thematic. It's important. Hey, look, Siphon Shield. Look, if anything, like we've completed the build. Everything here is just gravy.
It's true.
And we have very few rerolls.
Okay.
Now it's green. And if things get close to us, we'll suck away their souls because we are the mighty Cthulhu.
Souls are overrated.
Not a Lovecraft kind of guy.
I feel like we've mentioned on the channel before how neither of us really do horror.
Correct.
Wow, that is.
But I also
Bank.
I don't like scary, like gory, jump scary horror stuff. Psychological horror's okay.
Yeah, you know, I actually was I can agree with you on that. Now that I think about it, it's the jump scares are the worst part.
So one of the original ideas for this build, conceptually, was that I would get polar inversion and then pull people into the Siphon Shield. But even with polar inversion, there's not a whole lot of suck that happens with the tentacles, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, because the tentacles themselves don't do blast damage naturally, and you can give them blast damage, but it's each projectile gains a tiny bit of blast damage, and there's so many projectiles that
I presume that there'd be a lot of suck.
yeah, but it turns out they don't really like chain, so you just get such a negligible amount of suck that it can't add up.
One could say that it really sucks.
Kinetic boost.
So yeah, this is not a bad way to torrent. This is one of the few ways where torrent can do work.
Yeah.
There's some loaded mine builds.
Oh yeah.
I did the blast wave builds a couple times. Obviously the matrix builds. There's ways to make torrents work for you. It's just that it takes more effort than I'm usually willing to put in.
I don't know. I feel like you had this build set up.
I also got unusually lucky. Usually Nova Drift doesn't like to give me things that I want or need at any given point in my life. We have a love-hate relationship where I love it and it hates me. Power reserves probably wouldn't do me wrong here either.
Yeah, power reserves could be okay.
I do a lot of, holding my attack down.
Yeah. Ally specialist. You could have you could have a mini Cthulhu.
I could.
What else you getting?
You get a sanctuary?
Good. Well, why though?
Aegis is fine because I do a lot of standing still because I'm firing this.
You could be Cthulhu and Chibi Cthulhu.
Cthulhu works alone.
No. Actually, if I'm remembering what limited Lovecraftian knowledge I have, Cthulhu doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, he exists and people go crazy by proxy.
Exists and theoretically could end the world, but he's kind of there, sleeping.
Doing stuff. So yeah, original idea, polar inversion, go nuts. It doesn't work. You know what? I'm going to take it.
Why?
Just so I can show that it doesn't work as well as I would like.
Okay.
See, things don't necessarily get sucked in.
Sucked in. Every time with that reference from that game that nobody played and we never put on the channel.
You'll get 10 internet cool points if in the comments you can tell me what game that's from. And for reference, I'm pretty sure that we've mentioned what game it was from in previous videos when we've made the reference.
Like we may have mentioned it once or twice.
But I ain't gonna mention it here. If you really like those internet cool points, they're probably worth something to mention. They're like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first came out, it was worth like nothing. But you give it like 20 years, those internet cool points will mature into a solid investment. Act now.
Sure. I assumed the internet cool points were basically like whose line points. Shh. They're made up. They don't matter.
You don't gotta let them know. Oh, hello.
He's gonna try to punch you, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna stare you down. Do as much damage as I can. I've still yet to find Bravado, which is a little sad.
Realistically, this build, you could turn off wild mods to just get your 5 rerolls back. If you're doing this at home.
I don't think. Oh well. Ahead of time.
Well, yeah,
like, I can't shut him off now.
No. But for those of you who want to do this build at home, you can turn off wild mods at the start of this and just be like, I don't need them. Really, Defiance helps, I guess. Look at that slow down. That's so bad.
It was just for dramatic effect. Yeah, but like I said, it's just with him. If you have a somewhat high Alright. Are you quite finished?
No.
There's gonna be another one in there.
Probably. God, Siphon Shield trying to be useful.
You're so harsh to it.
I am. Look at that. It's good there.
Siphon Shield, you know what? You're doing a good job. Don't listen to what James says. He's just hating.
As far as I'm concerned, again, Siphon Shield is good at breaking shields. Outside of that,
and getting health back.
It technically can repair itself, yes.
Yeah.
But
not even technically. It just can't.
I don't know. I would just rather have a Halo shield. It's like, do you want a...
You're allowed to have preferences.
It's like, do you want a weaker Halo shield for the trade-off of it gives itself a tiny little bit of regen?
And it is stronger in certain situations. Like
Yes.
against
shields.
Yeah. Like that guy's shield just went down instantly.
Yeah. It's very... Like I said, ooh, you want Sanctuary?
I want both of these, but I think I want weaponized shields first. Do more damage. Oh, he just knocked me away.
Yeah.
Now he's dead. I hope he learned a valuable lesson about friendship. But God damn it, Siphon! This lesson for friendship wasn't about you. You ain't nobody's friend.
That's not true. Wave 200.
They're work acquaintances at best.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullet action here. But it's okay. We got Essence Sap, baby. And everything's right with the world. That's why we got Essence Sap.
I always feel bad for the boss there. They just... You get to this point and it's like... The Scion shows up and you always have like a reaction to, oh god, it's another Scion. He shows up and it's just like, oh hey, you're already dead.
Yeah.
Forgot that you were even a boss at this point. Punchy showing up again is a moment.
Well, he's my favorite boss. I always got to give him the attention he deserves.
Is he your favorite boss?
Punchy? Absolutely.
Huh. I think my favorite Station Omega. Which is sad because he only gets the one.
A little bit of slipstream for that extra global damage. Why not?
I mean, I get it. If Station Omega could just show up, could just show up in a random wave this late, that could be devastating.
Yeah. He would really gum the works.
But I kind of love the idea. Like, release the station.
Can you imagine him and a Seraph?
Yeah.
That would be awful.
Or just more common, him and a Scion. Just imagine trying to deal with a Scion. Yeah, obviously anything with a Seraph is so much worse. But imagine a Scion.
Well, I say specifically the Seraph because the Seraph requires a lot of moving around and mobility.
Yes.
I mean, the Scion does too, but Seraph even more so.
But I just meant that more. Whoa, that's a good train.
Oh, we got a boost? We got a boost?
Yes! You're gonna boost! Oh, look at it. That's so good looking now.
Let's get a nice stationary shot for a thumbnail.
Why?
Good old thumbnail shots.
So, the boost gave you a rate of fire increase, which seems to have destroyed your computer.
No. Again, for dramatic effect.
Ah, sure.
And the fact that my CPU is a CPU. Emphasis on the PU.
Case in point, you just murdered the first boss in the middle of making a dumb joke. No comments, no recollection.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm the Spitfire, I am the... Yeah. There he is again! Hello, friend!
There's who?
Uh-huh.
Did you say something?
Poor Spitfire.
You got caught up in the...
You make that joke too often, too.
Wave back and forth, say hello to my friends.
It's just all tentacles.
Oh, that's a lot of bullets.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get the spawner dead so I don't get shot so much. Hey, look. Hey! I mean, obviously bravado, because it's more. Because it also increases your unique powers by an extra 5% and increases your base stats by 10%.
But it also makes everything scary.
Everything's already scary. See, look at all these bosses they're throwing at me. Very scary, deadly bosses.
They threw a Celestial and 2 of the boss at you. 2 Spitfires and a Celestial. And that Celestial took like 3 times as long to kill.
Yeah. Well, the Celestial is more of a boss than that boss is a boss.
Which is just so sad.
Well, can you imagine if a Celestial came at you at like level 20?
I know. That'd be terrifying. I feel bad. He's very much a... Again, he's like a Bobo. He's a scary boss when you fight him, but later on he's just an enemy.
He's not even a scary boss when you first fight him. You just trick him onto the conveyor belt and then watch him fall to his death.
Poor Spitfire. There aren't even any space conveyor belts.
That's what this game needs. Space conveyor belts. Chimeric?
No, Chimeric.
Space conveyor belts.
Don't listen to this man.
Well, actually, he already has a space conveyor belt. It's called a Singularity.
Is that what you think a conveyor belt is?
Well, I mean, in the context of what we're talking about,
I suppose that's fair.
Please remove this from the game. He is causing me too much trouble and I want him to be erased. It serves the same purpose.
I suppose. You've lost your oh-so-exciting shield.
This guy's just darting all over the place.
That's what they do.
Like, just kill that one guy, like, as a consequence.
Antimatter rounds.
Oh,
what about the Solar Heart?
Solar Heart would be good. But it's... I suppose it's not that scary. I don't have much.
Plus you got your Essence Sap. Each of those bullets is doing an extra, what? 7 flat damage?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, not that you really needed it. Now that now that you've already taken it, damage is not really what you need. Most things die pretty quickly as is.
Kill that spawner before he can become a problem.
Nice thing about the other nice thing about this weapon, spawners aren't a problem.
Yes.
They make these giant waves of enemies, and you're like, oh no. Anyway.
See, grenades have a real problem with the spawners.
Because you can't get to the spawners with the weapon. Man, did you just kill him with the butt flyer?
The butt flyer?
The butt flyer.
You'll get caught up in the...
No. Well.
Okay, this is going to be a problem. I'm going to get as much damage as I can early. And then I'm going to start sticking and moving.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, bananas.
Yeah. I'm going to... Oh boy!
Ooh!
I
Collided with an Orby boy.
I got clotheslined. Yeah, the problem was my shield was down when they showed up, and I was just like, hell. Here we go again. But, I feel like I repped Torrent pretty well. Like, there you go. You want your Torrent? There's your Torrent. That polar inversion, it did nothing.
It gave you 15% blast radius.
Yeah. Take that.
Lifetime score, 275.5 million.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I know people who can get that in one run.
No! No, you do not!
A lot less runs than I've done.
There may have been a time in this game's history where you could get a run like that. Where you just...
No.
You run the game until the game crashes. Like the old school Hullbreaker.
Like the super AFK unkillable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just tape it down and go somewhere.
But that's fun. So, either way, I hope you enjoyed the build. It's Torrent. It happened.
People were looking for Torrent, so now you got Torrent.
So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.